So we're back here testing lenses again on the Canon C100. Again, the C100 has been upscaled to 4K for all of these with AI, and you're seeing everything matched from a timeline level. So not each lens is matched individually. So what you're seeing differences color to color is going to be the differences native to those lenses, not something that I've corrected for on a per lens basis. The 17 and 20 starting out, first Tokina 17, now the 20 3.5, both look great and they're both wide open. Keep the same f-stop here with the 24 2.8, and it does look a little bit brighter. I'm going to move the camera around between all these shots just to make sure that I get the full color chart in view. So you're going to see as we go on the compression of the lens going as we get longer, but the field of view is going to relatively stay similar, except in the panning you'll see less back and forth. So this is the 28 f2, a classic lens that also looks amazing most of the time. I've had it it's one of my oldest lenses, but pre-AI as well, with multi-coating. And we go to the 35 f2, so this doesn't have multi-coating. The look is slightly different. There's something here shining directly into the lens itself, but the color rendering is a little different. But the rendering of actually the scene is also really nice with this lens. This is another classic, fantastic Nikon lens. And more interesting here, I know you'd think this is just Nikon lenses, but this is one that an Olympus lens. I took off the Olympus mount and actually hard mounted it and changed it to a Nikon mount. So it sits in, all of these have gears and have hoods so that they can work with the matte box. Why the Olympus lens over, I don't know, it's fun to have an Olympus lens, and it looks great too. This is the oldest f1.2 lens from Nikon, I believe. The SC, well, it's a multi-coated one, so it's not the oldest, but you have a 55 1.2. It's also pre-AI, but it looks great here for the age of the lens. So wide open, it has a very dreamy look, but here's stopped down to 3.5, which I'm trying to keep constant across all the lenses. It looks really, really nice. And we move into another set. This is my lens set. You wouldn't typically use this lens for this. This is the slightly newer, I think it's the 80s Micro-Nikkor macro 2.8. It has AF capability with if you have the screw mount, but you would be using this for macro and not for really anything else. But it has a little different rendering than the older lenses, but it as you can see, it matches fairly well. If you were going shot to shot, you could get them almost 100% equal between the lenses. And this is the classic Nikkor H 85mm 1.8 pre-AI. It's a very old lens. At 3.5, it is tack sharp and has an awesome color rendering. So even today, you could use this for portraits, video, and it looks fantastic. And this is the classic National Geographic lens that, I mean, the 105 2.5 is one of the greatest lenses of all time, and I don't think anyone says anything bad about it. So here the compression now really evident. It's just a great looking lens overall. You wouldn't have a complaint, and they're super cheap. We moved to the Nikkor Q 135 2.8, slightly more compression now. Still very sharp. These lenses, I mean, they look good. So this is, from here you would typically go to a 185 because that is really the super classic lens, but I went with a 200 f4, and it also looks fantastic. So this is fully wide open. Like the start of the test, we started wide open at 3.5, and at the end we ended back down at 4 at the very end. The 200 f4 is slightly smaller than the 180 at any of the apertures that you get them. So I'm a fan overall of all these lenses, and as you can see, again, I didn't match each one individually. I just matched the whole timeline overall. So this is what you would get just with a random collection of lenses.